Welcome, 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 everybody. Super excited for today. We have been waiting for this day. I have been waiting for this day. I hope that you guys are super excited. Welcome to the new installment of What's the 411. This show is being brought to you by M for MM, Minorities for Medical Marijuana. If you don't know who we are, you must check us out. That is m4mmunited.org. And also from, I don't know if you can see it, but the Edible Incredible, my brand. So we're super, super excited. I'm so happy to have you all here. I'm gonna go ahead and just so you guys know, we're gonna be talking about all things cool in cannabis. That's what's the 411 is all about. We're talking about all things social, what's hip, what's happening, and what's going on in your areas, how you can get involved, all that good jazz. So without further ado, I definitely want to bring on our special guest host today. This young man does so much, not only for his own business, but for the organization. He is super awesome. And I know that you guys are going to love him and his energy. And he is the one and the only DJ Howard. DJ. Let's go ahead and get you up here. Let me see. Did we have him on? I thought we had him on. Uh-oh. Technical difficulties, be it as it may. Okay. Well, y'all know how technology goes. So while we're getting him all situated and set up, for one, make sure that you guys are following us. We are going to be doing a lot in the upcoming months and just for the year. M for MM is an amazing organization that you definitely want to be involved with. We're on IG. We're on Facebook, clearly. So make sure that you're following us. Also, make sure that you're checking us out, me, the Edible Incredible. And also, we have a new announcement that's coming along with Edible Incredible, and we'll talk about that soon. Uh, do is that my is that one of my brothers from another mother's? I heard, come
What's
on.
up, sis?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, we down here in Miami. Missing
I'm jealous.
you. How you
I'm
doing?
jealous. I'm super
We miss
jealous.
you, sis.
Like
You
I
know we representing though. You see it?
look, look, let me tell you something. I already know. Look, and you representing for the ladies. But
You
let me tell you
know.
something. I'm super jealous. Mad. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Okay, for y'all, those of y'all that don't know. If y'all are not with M for MM, it is a devastating travesty to your life. Okay, here's why. I'm
Facts.
supposed to be, doing cool shit, with the kids in Miami right now. And they're down there at Benzinga, which is one of the conferences that are going on currently. And let me tell you, my org CEO, leader, owner, director, all those fun words, she plays no games when it comes to her crew. And I'm supposed to be in that pool every day of my life, and I'm not. So I'm jealous.
I'm at the M for MM house right now, reporting live. The team is just back there. If you could see the sunshine, the team is just back there on the back porch catching the vibe, pool action. We miss you.
Insert my little girl angry face.
We'll see you soon. We got DC coming up. We'll see you soon.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So, want to make sure that because for one, I know you got sunshine and things to enjoy, and talking to the lesser halves that are just here, like. But I,
It's
for one.
always an uplifting experience when I get to talk to my good sis kid. It's always uplifting.
And
Don't
you
be
know
mad.
it is. I'm so happy for one. Thank you for being the first one to kick off the new series with me. We started this humble series on Clubhouse at first, and we took a little bit of a hiatus, and now we're back. And I was letting everyone know what the show is really all about. This is really about. So M for we do a lot, especially when it comes to social advocacy and social equity, and really digging into like diversity and inclusion, and making sure that our voices is being heard, and that we're being represented in an industry that look to really exercise us from it, right? So, what's super cool is that while we're doing all of these different, activities and works, we get an opportunity to like really come together. And this is what we're doing now. We're doing the fun. It's all good, guys. Like I said, he's actually at a conference, and so we had to work this out. So I'm
Sorry.
super excited. Fine.
We
What's
just had
super
one of our
exciting
team
about
members walk into the building.
It's all good. We in and out, I already know. But what's super cool about what we're doing is that we're actually at a place where we're able to really talk about cannabis. We're really able to like really push, the narrative and really get, faces that look like ours in the industry. But the one thing that's cool about this show is that we're bringing the fun back to cannabis. Because let's face it, we're cool kids. You know what I'm saying? We're the cool quote unquote stoners that get to go and hang out. At least that's the labels, right? So we get an opportunity to like really talk about what's fun, what's cool, what's going on, and how to get people involved, right?
Definitely.
So, without further ado, I want to go ahead and just talk about. So, for one, make sure that you all are sharing this. If you all are not sharing, you're doing yourself a disservice. Share, 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 because we are going to actually have a giveaway. Now, the one thing I can honestly say about this amazing industry that I'm in is that I have been granted and gifted so many cool things. I am one person, and these brands, they do a lot to make sure that their face is seen. And now I get an opportunity to take some of those awesome things and put them in your hands. So make sure that you guys, in order to get involved in this giveaway, okay, here's the rules. Make sure that you're following M for on our social platforms. Make sure that you're following the Edible Incredible on our social platforms. You've got DJ Howard on his, and then you also have me, Kit Grimes. So follow all of us. Like, we're super cool and we love what we have going on. Next, make sure that when you follow us, that you put in the chat that you did, so that we can go ahead at the end and give you your giveaway. Our giveaway this evening is going to be a really, really cool smoker's set and a hat and actually a tote bag. The set is actually coming from Where's Weed, an amazing organization and company that if you are looking for the greenery in your area, they're the people that are going to help you find and locate the greenery in your area. Okay. So if you're going out of town and you don't know, hint, hint, if you're going to DC, you do not have to be from DC to get your medical marijuana card. So you might, be in the district and decide you need to go see some green people, and boom, you don't know where to go. Whereas we can actually help you find where all the cool kids are. So you'll actually be able to see that. Let's see. I wanted to show a picture of that just so you guys can get an idea. And then the tote bag is actually from a new brand called the new I'm sorry, the the tote bag actually comes from a new brand that's being pulled out called She Stays Baked, and the bag is super super dope. You'll be able to put all of your little smoker's tools in it, travel around, so you'll be all really cool to go. So I think my no my apologies, my mic muted. I was like, what happened? Like, what happened? So can you hear me now? Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually get into some of the cool topics that we have going on. So actually, no, hello, Mariella, us. Nicole, if you can actually put up the picture with the swag that we're going to be giving away, Awesome. So here's the cool swag that we're giving away, guys. You're gonna have some rolling papers, which you can never do without. You've got some tubes to make sure that you're not funking up the place. You got a cool little tray so that you can get it done. A cool hat to let people know that you're one of the cool kids. And again, a new tote coming from She Stays Baked. And instead of it being ASAP, it's ASAP, as stoned as possible, because that's always important. So now we're just going to go ahead and get into our talking points because I really had some cool topics. DJ, I know you're in the house. So I know you probably can't, light
We
up.
good.
But say I
No,
didn't. I'm about to say I know, but
I
but
can't
you
light
know
up in the house.
I
I
know,
mean,
but
I
it's
might be
all
able. I can move around. I might have to. You give me a second. I might be able to do a little sun.
well, while you're moving around, I'm just going to go ahead and get into these hot topics and these things that are going
Let's
on.
do it.
I think that they're super cool. I've got something put in here, and then I've got something called unicorn poop. We'll get into that, but I know the names that they come up with these days, the cultivars, so crazy.
I don't know unicorn poop. I don't know why I instantly thought of cheetah piss, but you're right. It's some wild names. It's some wild
You know
names.
what?
I
One
I've
of these
never met a
episodes
cheetah, but I certainly don't know how I would feel about it this year.
I'm gonna tell you like this. One of the episodes I'm gonna do is literally gonna be on like the crazy cultivar names and why. Because we have to get into this. Like, why are we eating like cat dong and poopy coop? And it's just so crazy. It's so crazy. Um, so let's go ahead and get into it, DJ. So one of the things that I found out is that the Cannabis Music Festival is going to Detroit and will be the city's first live consumption event. I think that that is so super big and so dope. So Detroit's first licensed weed themed event is coming in April, and it's when the 420 Music Fest kicks off, which is April 29th. Um, you got to understand, guys, like to be able to go think about going to the best concert, and you don't have to hide or try to figure out how not to be the loud kids in the crew. Like everybody's just there to kind of like
Wide
enjoy
open.
and do, and it's
Yeah.
just wide open. So for us, that is like super, super huge, like it's not something that we get all the time. And all the time, like you have to go to special places, like, especially on the East Coast, we're like light years away from what you can do Midwest and West Coast. And to be able to like have a wide open event, come on, man. That's so super dope. So, I'll give you guys some more details about the event later on when I tell you about the events portion. But I mean, we gotta pay some homage to that. Like that's just
Nah,
cool.
that's incredible.
Michigan is
Yeah, that's fire. Because
Michigan is
me, as a
something
person
else.
who loves music and loves cannabis, I don't. I mean, that's like Christmas for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like Christmas. Music and cannabis. Come on, and we all just. Ah man,
I mean,
that's
think
that's
about it from I mean, it's cannabis and music is all it's literally interwoven into the culture, right? I mean,
yeah.
we could start naming people that we know be in the studio and will hit a sativa line like somebody's doing another kind of line. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep it moving and keep going for hours and hours and hours. And so the fact that, you know, we have an opportunity to open consume and enjoy music, enjoy fellowship, and not have to worry about any type of stigmas, not having to worry about anyone locking us up, not have to worry about, you know, any of
Trying to
the,
sneak it in and all that type of stuff. Nope. Come on.
none of the paramount drama BS, right? That we
Yeah.
normally have to deal with. And we get to just kind of do, you know, it's just kind of cool.
I was just talking to somebody at the conference today, and we were saying how much music is intertwined into the industry and vice versa. into cannabis, and like how we didn't even realize, but like some of the folks like, Redman, Method Man, they was making songs like teaching you how to roll. They was promoting, White Owls and Backwoods now, and like Swishers back in the day. Like it's so much like intertwined into the culture of hip hop and cannabis, and how they can work together. That don't necessarily mean you buy all the cannabis from like every celebrity. I ain't saying it's all. I'm just saying it's intertwined though. It's intertwined.
And that's the one thing that it sometimes get a little hard and it gets a little sticky, right?
Yeah,
Because
little
you know who's in it for the love of the culture and who's in it
right.
for the fast dollar, right? And
Exactly.
and the crazy and not even the crazy thing, the harder thing for us is discernment, right? Because now we're trying to find out if we're just supporting a brand because it's got a
It's
popular name behind it,
because we like a
or are
song.
we because we like a song, we like the person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Maybe they had a really nostalgic album or something that we was really rocking or something like that. It's but yeah, it's intertwined, and then now because and that was back in the day. That's from like back in the day when it was still prohibition. But now obviously way more legal. People are trying to get in where they fit in. They see investment opportunities. That don't necessarily mean they always got the best gas on the street. That just means, you know what I'm saying? That's how strong that connection is, to where companies want to reach out to these celebrities to basically use them as their like marketing tool, and use them as their brand and way to get in with folks, because they see it and be like, oh, I like this guy, I like this woman, I like this album. Let me get some of that. When in
Exactly.
reality, it might be not great.
Just trying to sit with the cool kids, but aren't necessarily one.
Not
You know, I just
necessarily the
I just want to hover and be able to take and get, but I'm not really about the culture of putting back in or doing any of the footwork. And shout out to
exactly
those that are, because we heavy hitters that actually are in the trenches and they do the work and they're in there. And so that's super important, and we appreciate them all the
facts,
time.
big
Um,
facts.
just pivoting to just just talking about partnerships. We are talking about music and cannabis and how that all comes together. And with you all being at Benzinga, I feel like I need to promote this particular thing next. Tilt partnership puts Black Buddha cannabis brand on track for national expansion. So I thought that this was super dope. I was actually, just doing my reading and my research, and who else would come up? I mean, I'm not shocked in the least bit, because if y'all don't know about Roz McCarthy,
Come on
y'all,
now.
the disservice you're doing to your life is just super crazy. Like, I'll have to tell you all the story about how she found me. That's another story for another day. But I'm telling you all.
I feel like Rob's got some good how I found you story. Some good ones.
Look, we need to, you know
Some
what,
good ones.
DJ?
That might
Look,
be a whole episode.
DJ, I feel like me and you are the creators of this thing, right? I feel like we need to like put together like a documentary. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna say anything else. I have an idea, and I'm gonna talk to you about it offline.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it right now, but I'm gonna talk to you about it offline. I just thought about it. I was like,
It's all
ooh,
good.
it's gonna be
I
good.
see it in your eyes. I see
You
it.
see it, right?
I
You see
see
the
it.
juicy tingle, right? It's like, ooh, okay.
Okay.
So but the cool thing about what happened with this partnership is Black Buddha Cannabis is Tilt's eighth brand partner and the sixth brand company that they bought to Massachusetts. Tilt launched a ninth partner brand already in 2023, and they have a couple more on the horizon. Um, in Roz's words, she said that having an MSO partner who is already in the marketplace helps them. And Tilt provides the resources in marketing and education. And its relationships with existing dispensaries that really shorten the learning curve and build a rapport with their buyers. And so I mean, again, I I saw when Black Buddha Cannabis was actually being, started. I was there when, she had a car accident. So the way that Black Buddha Cannabis actually came about was, unfortunately, our wonderful leader, Roz McCarthy. She actually is the CEO and runner of Minorities for Medical Marijuana as well. She had a very bad car accident that gave her a traumatic brain injury. She suffered from whiplash, a concussion, and in her recovery journey, it led her to actually taking cannabis. So whereas she had been an advocate for cannabis for 5 plus almost 6 years before her accident, she was never really a partaker in it. She actually got into cannabis for her mom before her mom passed, and that's a whole nother story as well. So I might have to come on here and tell the story about Roz a little bit, just a little bit.
Listen, real quick. I got a little. So it's crazy. It comes full circle with Black Buddha Cannabis and all the amazing things Roz has done and continues to do. Because I believe maybe it was like 2 or 3. Like it wasn't very long after that accident. Like within like a week or two, where I actually did one of my first M for MM events, and Roz still pulled up and like made sure I had everything I needed to table and get things together because I was, I think my first role was like as a state director, so I was helping out with some events here in Florida where I live, and she still showed up, and I remember I was so like concerned, and who would have thought like all of this and like that entire journey of how it's all come full circle. And now Black Buddha Cannabis is in multiple states. You just made the announcement about the partnership with Tilt, which again, kudos, flowers to Roz and the whole Black Buddha team, and to Tilt also for partnering with her and making that happen. So yeah, beautiful stuff. Love to see it. Love to see it.
That look, let me tell you something again, y'all. And this isn't even like me just tooting her horn because I mean I can do that personally. I don't have to do that for y'all. Um, this woman, we literally have to tell her to sit down. Like, and normally people are telling me to sit down, and it's crazy because I have to tell her to
Same.
sit down. Okay, like
Same.
most people like hit like and look, DJ tell you if we're at a conference or an event, pew pew, I'm everywhere, and we have to tell her like rest, like, but she not only is she so tirelessly working for her own benefit and brand, which I believe in. You got to preserve your own ship, but she works super hard to make sure so many other ships can get sailed as well. So,
Right.
shout out and kudos to Roz for being able to make that happen. And while we're in the financial sector, talking about Benzinga Partnerships Financial, the cannabis industry will add a $100 billion to U.S. economy in 2023, and this is coming from the MJ Biz Fact Book projects. Excuse me. This is what the Fact Book projects, not projects. Pardon
Say
me.
the number one more
Um,
time. Say the number one more time for me.
let's for the people in the back and the ones that sitting up front going like this. The cannabis industry will add $100 billion to the US economy in 2023. That is the year that we are currently in. Okay. Look, I ain't the person with the numbers. These are the facts. These are the numbers. It's wild crazy. And when I think about it, I don't believe it. So the total US economic impact generated by cannabis sales is expected to top $100 billion, up more than 12 last year, according to a brand new analysis that was newly published in the MJ Biz Fact Book. And looking ahead, upward of 160 in additional spending, 160 billion. This is 9 zeros behind that 160. Okay, will be added to the US economy in 2027 thanks to the opening and or expansion of recreational and medical markets in states like New York, Missouri, and Kentucky. Y'all, the way the way that the numbers Uh-oh. The way that okay, I thought you couldn't hear me. My bad. The way that the numbers are moving, it is phenomenal just to see. And when I think about this, right, because we always like to think about how much money the cannabis industry is making, right? And how much, they have in and what they're doing. I'm always one that's like, okay, those numbers look good, but I want to know what does that do for people that look like me? What does that do for the black dollar? What does
Exactly.
that what does that add up in black dollars? What does that
How
add up
how's that
in black
160 with 9 zeros? How does that affect the communities who are most harmed by prohibition of cannabis? Now that it's legal and it's making 9 zeros worth of money. How do communities most impacted benefit from all of that? That's definitely a good point, kid, because that's the question we need to keep at top of mind for sure.
Because here's the thing, it's all fun and games until the numbers make sense, but not for the people that are affected. Because
Exactly.
you got to make it make sense. And you can't have all of these criminal penalizations, all of these, every time we get 2 steps forward, we take 8 steps back as far as legislation, law, legalities, anything that would actually help to benefit us and push us forward. We always have another hurdle, another step. So whereas I'm always like, look, it's a billion-dollar industry, and I personally feel like no matter what industry you're in, you can translate those skills into a billion-dollar industry that's continually growing and giving you opportunity to do a lot in within itself, right? But I'm always going to ask the question, like, where do we fit in there? Like, are we really in that respect? Are we, case in point, our wonderful socioeconomic director, Simone Cason, she is always working, and she's been working hard on getting, a whole system built around cannabis and trading, right? And but also not only that, but where it benefits the people that look like us, that take the brunt of the punishment for things that people ultimately made millions and billions of dollars on. So I'm really going to be keeping an eye open for that, and I really want to get back into that MJ Biz fact book, because I think that that's going to be something to look, and then just my own research, because it's super important. So yeah, DJ, I was like, whoo, that one was kind
Yeah,
of like, I say, yeah, we got to touch on that. Um,
yeah.
I would, last but not least, another one I really want to hit on is, New York City's newest weed dispensary opens with a black woman at the helm. I love it when people that look like me open up new things and we own stuff because we're awesome and melanin popping to them. So the opening of Good Grades Cannabis Dispensary in Queens, New York, it opened, I want to say last Thursday, and it made a couple of historic firsts, excuse me. Among the first 6 retail dispensaries in New York State, it is the first open in Queens and the first woman-owned dispensary to be financially supported by the state's Social Equity Investment Fund. That's super huge. And then
Incredible.
that's super big. For one, New York has been like the wild, wild west a little bit. I love it, right? Like my uncle, it's so funny. One of my uncles, he'll call me. He calls me my nickname, right? He's like, Pumpkin, you know, like you can walk anywhere, and they sit on the corner, they got a table, and they got stores, and it's just like when he tells me about it, it's just like, because you got to, nothing like this would have ever been seen, even a couple of years ago, let alone a decade ago, right? At least on this side, right?
For
Um,
real. For real. For real.
have that, and to see where people that look like us are not only being able to open a dispensary, but have it funded from the state. What?
That's huge. That's huge. Now, that's how we get some of that back. That's how we. I saw a graphic go up with the graph, and it says I seen another billion. But that's how we get some of that reinvested properly back into, you know what I'm saying, into folks who really deserve it and who need it, and really who know what to do with it for real. It's not even just like a handout. Like these people really know what they're doing at the end of the day when it comes to how to operate one of these businesses. Because for a lot of folks, this is very new, but for some legacy operators, it's not really that new. They know what to do. They know exactly how to handle it. So they should have the opportunity to go ahead and get business kicked off the ground. So we love to see it. Shout out to the black. You already know what's up. Come on, man.
Look, and what's even more dope about like this particular dispensary and their first purchase, because I feel like any entrepreneur, right? Like the first time you wrote your first order down, right? Or
Yeah,
the first invoice you type, like you want to print it, you want to encase it, you want to emboss it in something. Like it's just like this is the thing that kicked off the thing, right?
right.
What's super cool about their first purchase is that the Queensborough president, Donovan Richards, made the first purchase from their shop on Jamaica Avenue.
Oh, wow. Phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
Like it it kills so many stereotypes. It
Yeah.
actually like
The
the
mayor.
the
The
president of the
mayor.
borough of Queens, like, you
Yeah.
know, he said,
First
you
one.
know,
Come on.
he's like, let me get some gummies.
That's a
I'm
huge
over here
moment.
like,
That's a
wait,
huge moment for the space, for black women in the space, for black people in the space, for the space in general. That's a huge moment with bridging that gap and really erasing some, not erasing totally, but at least starting to change what some of those stigmas look like. Love it. Absolutely love it.
man, that look, I love when I can hear about just for one, everybody, because and it's one of those things where I hate a lot of the times where like I'm a people's crusader, right? I just want everybody to fucking win. And I want us to be on a boat and I want us to look like these shiny, happy people holding hands and kumbaya shit. And I know that that's just not how, the world works, right? And sometimes it's hard because it's like, I want us to all have, but then I have to remember like they already got. I can't worry about that side of the fight. I have to fight for, the things that I know are going to further along our agenda to get us to the place where we don't have to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because the ultimate goal, no one wants
Yep.
to continuously fight a war, right? Eventually you want the war to end and you want to be on the side that actually gives you the benefit of all the fighting that you did. And so
Exactly.
I love the fact that I get an opportunity to voice and kind of put us on the map and like help shine and show where things, because a lot of people don't know that these things are going on. A lot of people
Hmm.
don't know about Benzinga and as far as in the cannabis industry. Of course, they know about it from a financial perspective, right? But you know, definitely from a different angle to have it where it's like where we're really starting to grow and make footprints and people that look like us starting to get the benefit of the doubt and making those waves. But now, speaking of actually making waves in the industry and talking about doing some different things, I finally get to let my brother from the mother of other, DJ. Now, please, this is your time. For one, I want you to you know, let everyone know why I picked you because you're just an awesome, just little broski anyway. But please let everyone know why, what brought you to cannabis, what you're doing, with us and what you're doing in the industry. Spill it on us.
Well, first, let me just say I'm honored to. I'm not sure why you picked me first, but I'm like
What?
very honored to be first. No, I don't know. You could have picked a lot of people, but I'm honored. I'm very honored and very humble to be able to kick off this with you. We've been talking about it for a while, ever since you kind of let me know that you had this idea that you have in the works, and I've always been super supportive. So when you hit me and was like, "Yeah, for the first show I want you to be on," I was like, "What? Okay, let's go, take off." So, but no, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity, giving me the space. Yeah, I got into cannabis. Oh man, maybe back in 2017. So my girlfriend at the time was really sick, and cannabis ended up being the only thing that actually helped her feel better. Come to find out, she had stage 4 endometriosis, which is very, very painful, very, very, cumbersome issue to deal with. And that really let me know that all the years that I had been using cannabis in college and trying to figure out how it helped me get better grades or how it calmed me down or helped me study better and being able to use it in different ways, that it wasn't like a fluke. There was something to this. Like there was like a medical aspect that I wasn't aware of. So I went on a journey to learn and understand what that looked like. And through that, I came across amazing people like Kit, Roz, organizations like Minorities for Medical Marijuana, and been able to really not only take what I have learned, but also be able to share that with other people, share that information, share those resources. I'm not a hoarder of knowledge. Like I feel like if I learn something and I feel like it would be helpful to other people who look like me or who may be dealing with some of the same things that I may be dealing with, that I should share that information with them because it might help them. And at the end of the day, I'm trying to help people. Like you said, it's room for folks. It's room for everybody to win, and it's room for everybody to be helped too. So through that, we've been able to create some really amazing programs. One of them is our Safe Access Clinic, which is a really dope program that we've been able to take to multiple states. I think we've done like 6 or 7 states now, but essentially we go across the country where states have medical marijuana, and we help patients, low income, veteran, minority patients in those areas be able to have access to be able to get their medical marijuana card and access that medicine. So a lot of times we find, especially in states like where I live in Florida, the fees for like the doctor and to get your card, they can be really pricey. Like some doctors are still charging $250 for your like first patient visit, which is insane. And then your card itself is still like 77.50. And so for a lot of people, low income, veteran, minority people, that's not realistic. You just gonna go to your legacy operator. What we do is we make sure that we have a doctor in place that you can see free of charge, who can give you a medical recommendation, something that you can take to then go get your card, be able to take to dispensaries and medical marijuana treatment centers, and be able to talk to folks and explain to them what you have going on. And they can be able to recommend something that can be helpful to you. Maybe smoking isn't a thing for you. Maybe you need like a topical that may help with some body pain, some recovery from working out, or maybe you need an edible to help with sleep, but not wake up feeling groggy. You know what I'm saying? In that case, you might need to holler at my good sis. But I'm just saying there's different ways that you can make sure that you have the knowledge to be able to medicate in the best way that works for you. And we want to make sure folks have those resources. We also do a lot of HBCU work. We're very for the people. So through our Ready Set Grow program, we've been able to help college students get more involved in the industry, get training so that they can do more advocacy work. We also have an industry accelerator that we partner with SSDP and with Smart, which is a super dope program where we bring students in and allow them to get essentially workshop training over the summer that they can then use on their campus to advocate in their campus and community. And so it's really dope to be able to provide those opportunities for folks and be able to get folks the support they need when they need it, and then have them be able to share that with folks that they know. And so we've been able to do a lot of great things. I'm super excited. We're down here in Miami. It's getting dark, as you can see. The sun is going down. So it's the last day of Benzinga. It's about to get crazy. I really don't know what's going to happen in the nighttime. I'm at the infrared house, so it's going down. But one of the most, no, I'm just joking. We taking naps. Like folks sleep live on the couch. But
I can only imagine.
I mean, it's been a long couple of days. We've been getting to it. Infra MM showed up, showed out. Folks were all over the venue, all over the city, having off campus or off site, if you will, away from the convention center meetings, and just making moves in different areas, whether it's expungement, whether it's business, whether it's investors. Like we're just doing so many amazing things, and this journey has afforded me the opportunity to meet so many amazing people who are doing things in different areas that I just love to support. So thank you for allowing me to be here. Again, like I'm honored, I'm humbled. It's truly an honor to be able to kick this off with you. And you know I
Man,
support everything you got going on.
little broski, I told you we was gonna do it. I
Yeah,
look, I
no, hey, I already know. Once you say it's going down, I already know. So I just
look,
made sure I was
look.
ready.
It don't is once I get all the Legos stacked up, it's building time. It's time to go. So
Let's
I'm
get it.
super excited. Like I'm excited for what to be doing. If you are connected to a HBCU and you would like to see more of our programming there, getting some people, if they're interested in learning more about, the Ready Set Grow program, please
Definitely.
reach out to DJ. He is the man around town when it comes to getting these college kids involved and organized. So definite shout out to that.
Thank you.
So want to go ahead and let people know about some amazing events that are going on. Our 420 show will actually take place after 420 just because it's so far into next week. This is too early to do it. But when we do the 420 show, we'll actually recap on a couple of these things. But to kind of give you guys an idea about what some activities that are going on, like I mentioned in the top of the show, the Cannabis Music Festival is starting April 29th in Detroit. This block party comes with live DJs, it's got performances, and of course, the greenery stuff. So you'll have access to that as well. Let's see. The event was announced on the Instagram page 420 Music Fest. It's scheduled to kick off on, let's see, it's on 2000 Brooklyn Street and other nearby areas. So the music festival will happen all in that particular block because, like they said, it's a block party. So if you've ever been to a block party, they're amazing. I know they are a little different depending on the city that you're in. In New York, we literally have shut down the whole city block and we just have an amazing time and the streets are ours. So um,
Because the blocks are set up so perfect for that. We threw a safe access block party for patient care in Florida, but the way the blocks are set up, it's so spread out. It was a block, but like one block was like a huge, like it was like a massive space.
yeah,
New York, all the blocks right there, y'all shut down the whole thing.
this is it. Like you go around, come back around. Like we good. But the super cool thing about this event, like I said in the top of the hour, is this will allow for consumption of cannabis on site beginning at noon and going throughout the whole day. And it's something that, again, it's unprecedented. You don't see it everywhere. If you're looking for a cool activity to go and do, go and shoot and go check it out. These events, let me tell y'all something. Some like these events be super dope. And I'm gonna always try to make sure that I bring you all the great events. So, you'll have my stamp on it, guys. Another amazing event that's going on, Unity Day Part 2, is taking place in Rutherford, New Jersey at the American Dream, and that's at One American Way. That's going on from April 19th through the 21st. It is going to be 3 days of education, music, activities, and culture. They're going to have a dab bar. I'm actually doing a whole episode around Dab Day. If you don't know what Dab Day is, I'm going to educate you guys on that. So it's going to be coming up. But they'll have a dab bar. They're going to have puff and paint. They're going to have food, wellness activities, the whole shebang. And then the day after 420, on the 21st, they'll be celebrating 1 year of legal cannabis sales in New Jersey. So shout out to the state of New Jersey. Y'all are doing it. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. All right. Our next activity is Cannafest. It's the 420 Cannafest, excuse me. And this is presented by Sync in Kansas City. So this is actually going to be held at 1739 Walnut Street in Kansas City, Missouri at the 1739 Gallery. They're actually hosting this one of a kind cannabis experience. It's going to have a luxury all over it. It's a luxury brand centered around cultivating an exclusive and upscale atmosphere. So if you are of the posh and privileged and you want to go and be able to partake and be amongst your people, this is definitely an event to check out. Make sure that you reach out to them to get more information in regards. All right. Now we have a major event, and I will actually be there helping with this event. This is the lobby days. So M for MM, we will actually be in partnership with ICIA, which is the Indigenous Cannabis Industry Association, and with MPP, Marijuana Policy Project, and ACR, Asian Cannabis Roundtable. And we will actually all be at the very, very illustrious lobby days in Washington, D.C. As you can see, that's going to be April 18th through the 20th. And please make sure if you're not a member, it is free to become a member. Join us if you're in the DC area or will be in the DC area. Lobby days and making sure that people are standing up and have your voices heard so that we get the right legislature in office so that we can get the right laws written, so we can get the right privileges for this is so super important, guys. So if you get an opportunity, make sure that you join us. And during that same week, we will actually be at the National Cannabis Festival for 420 week. They have many activities going on celebrating what they are calling the high holiday. As you see, we will have our village there. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you've never partied with MM, even in our village, whether we're talking business and shop or we're actually just having a good time, we're always doing it, guys. So make sure you come and check us out. The week is going to be filled with 420 Food Week. It's going to have mushroom cultivation. So if you're interested in learning about psilocybin and psychedelics, definitely check it. We got a congressional forum, coffee club, the 420 kickback, a stand-up showcase, which I'm excited about, and then the NFC pre-party. You can go to the nationalcannabisfestival.com/420 week for more information about that. And that is going to be an amazing week. As you see, it's April 17th through the 21st. If you can't make it all of the days, plan to make it for some of the days and really come and see that the industry is so vast. It's more than just hanging out and smoking. We touch so many parts of it, and this particular week will actually touch all of it. So it's going to be an amazing time. And last but not least, I saved this one for last because I am actually going to be working and helping these amazing people bring this event to life. Maddie's Diner here in Charlotte, North Carolina, has teamed up with Crown Town Cannabis. And let me tell you something, both guys, Maddie and Mike, I mean, when I tell you phenomenal, and they are super awesome guys. They are actually coming together to have a 420 celebration. Not only are they teaming up to bring you an array of infused foods. Hello, I'll be helping with that. So that's something that you want to go
I
to.
mean, you need to be in. You need to get to it. Get
If
to it quickly.
nothing
Yes.
about the magic I made, y'all should
Listen,
definitely they gonna be doing stuff. Y'all should do that.
I got some people in Charlotte.
um,
I'm already putting them on game. I got some people in Charlotte. I already told them you need to get in place.
Look, not only will they have amazing infused foods and beverages, they'll also be bringing some of the best talent around to keep the vibe going all day. They have like a whole agenda. They've got live music. It's really gonna be an amazing vibe, guys. So if you are in Charlotte, North Carolina, or plan on being in the Charlotte area, Maddie's Diner is at 3100 The Plaza here in Charlotte. And let me tell you something, if you get a chance to talk to Maddie, tell him I said, tell him the story about how his diner even came to Charlotte. The food is phenomenal. The story will make you want to stay and eat some more and just chat and really take up, the energy and atmosphere with these guys. So you really can't beat it, and it's super super awesome. Uh,
Can I
okay,
say something real quick, sis? Can I say something real
absolutely,
quick?
please.
So we just ran down some really awesome events. Whatever city you decide to go to, or if we didn't even list the city that you're going to be in for 420 week, make sure you tap into the folks who are doing the work on the ground. Make sure you tap in with the advocates. Make sure you tap in with the people who are on the ground making things happen, because they really gonna put you on game. They're gonna make sure you get where you need to go. You understand what's happening, what's real, what's might be on TV or in newspaper, but like what's facts too. So make sure, because those people are really putting in a lot of work. I know some folks up in Jersey had a wild week with some stuff going on, political nonsense. Make sure you tap in with the folks up there. Shout out Precious and Roll Up Life and everybody out there in East Orange and West Orange too. But make sure you tap in with the advocates in the area, because they really doing the work and they can make sure that you get the information that you really need, not just what is out there that they want you to see, but like what you really need to get connected with.
Again, we love making sure that we keep that information moving so that we know how to grow
Facts.
together as a collective and in the industry. So absolutely make sure that you connect. Want to make sure I give you all the invite. Like if you all are not a part of M for MM, and I'm actually going to be making a post about if you're in the Charlotte area and you really want to get involved with M for MM, we will be starting a monthly meetup so that you can actually get to know M for MM, get to see what we're doing, find out how you can be more involved. So that way, y'all find out when I'm going to these events. Now you can find out how you can come to these events too. So
Yep.
if you're not already following or a part of M for MM, go to the website, m4mmunited.org, sign up to be a member. We have our monthly meetup meetings once a month. I want to say it is the last Tuesday of the month at
Right. I think that's right.
7:30.
That's
I
why you need
feel
to
like
make sure you get the newsletter, because we have so many different things going on that you can tap into. Me and Kit, we it might be the third, it might be the fourth. Get
I'm
on the
over here like
newsletter so
you
get
see
on
my
the
eye twitch,
newsletter so
right?
you know. Right, right. Because when you start saying, I was like, don't get me to lying. Get on the newsletter so you know. That's what you need to do. Go
I'm
to
like, you
go
see,
to the website, get on the newsletter, become a member. We have a freemium membership. Make sure you tap in with that so you at least know all the events we have going on. We have other membership levels as well. So make sure you check those out if you want to get a little bit more information. But definitely make sure you tap in with N4MF. Follow us on Instagram. If you're in Florida and you want to get connected with what's going on in medical marijuana or what might be coming down the pipeline as far as adult use, holla at me at DJ D King, two E's, King, on Twitter, on Instagram, or LinkedIn. I really like LinkedIn, y'all. And LinkedIn like cannabis. So DJ Howard on LinkedIn. So make sure y'all connect with us there. We definitely can steer you in the right direction, no matter where you at. And if there is nothing going on where you're at, we need to get where you at. So what's up?
you know what? Say that again. Like if it ain't popping where you at, we
Where
need to
you
get
at?
it popping.
We need to get it
Okay.
popping where you at. So pull up. Come on. We gonna pull
Look,
up. Tell us where you at.
okay. Look, we're so excited that you joined us for our first episode. Make sure that you're following M for MM. Make sure that you're following us. We make some amazing specialty lollipops, theedibleincredible.com. We also do custom work. So if you
I
have
ran
anything,
through mine. I ran through mine. I'm gonna just tell
it's
you,
okay.
I got some
I got
stuff
a
for it. I'm
whole
gonna send you some pictures and some videos, but I ran through them joints. It was I had me one lit 3 day weekend. We was going
it was like the weekend was the weekend. Okay. But
it
no,
was
I will
Friday,
definitely be
Saturday, and Sunday.
uh, look, you see, I got my little treat. I'm like, it's time. Look, because the work is never done. But I'm like, DJ, you have been the most amazing host. Like I knew that you would be. I appreciate you so much. Guys, we're gonna get ready to close out our show. Next week, we will actually be talking about what happened during 420 week, what happened during lobby days. We'll talk about more events that are going to be coming up. We will have a new special guest host. I'm going to definitely have to get my broski back on here because keep the
Got
energy high, god damn it.
I got
And
to. I got to.
and we're just going to have an amazing time. Guys, if you have any questions, reach out, reach out. We'll do this again. See you on the last Wednesday of the month at 7:20. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Peace.